for a moment, just for a hot second. First and foremost, I would like to say to all the people who have been with me since day 1, day 2, day 3, since the beginning, thank you so much for sticking with me. It's been a rough, I'm gonna try not to cry, y'all. I'm gonna try not to cry, but I can't promise you anything. I've noticed that I got a lot of new subscribers, and I want to say welcome to the family. Thank you so much for subscribing. Y'all, I am driving right now. I am on my way to work. I have about an hour and a half to drive, so I'm gonna just let y'all know what's been going on with me for the past months. I'm gonna just get right into it, y'all. Just bear with me. I hope this don't be an hour long, but it might. But if it is, it's okay. It's okay. I know this is a bingo channel, but I want to get a little personal with y'all, or maybe a lot personal with y'all, and let y'all know what's been going on with me. Where some of you may or may not know, I started on TikTok. I started with the the bingo videos and everything, and on my birthday week, which was the week of September, I think 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, maybe 19, 21, 40, maybe like the week, the third week of September, my birthday week. My birthday was September 25th. Okay. Well, that week, the beginning of that week, I was supposed to do like this big bingo, extravaganza week, where I was gonna hit a bingo hall every day of that week, and take y'all along with me. But that didn't happen because I caught the C word. I was looking at YouTube, some videos that people are saying the C word. I'm gonna call her Karen. I caught Karen. YouTube is bleeping that C word out, so I'm gonna just say Karen. So if I say Karen, y'all know I'm talking about the C word. So back in the beginning of my birthday week, I caught Karen, and I got really sick. I did not lose my smell. I did not lose my taste. I did not get a headache. I just had a really bad cough, and I did get a little body ache, and that was it. I just had this really bad cough that I could not shake. I got fatigue, and for some reason I knew it wasn't just a cold. So I couldn't. That whole week I was sick. I missed my birthday, so I didn't celebrate my birthday. I celebrated my birthday in the bed. But I'm getting a little bit personal right here. But in my household, it was four of us. 4 of us in my household. My fiance, and I know I'm getting off track a little bit, y'all, now, but I'm gonna tell you because it's gonna come out, and I'm gonna have to explain, or not explain, but say what it is. But I am a part of the LGBT community. My fiance was a woman, and there you have it. You have it. So that is very personal to me. I don't disclose that unless somebody asks, or it just comes out. But I'm letting y'all know that today I am a lesbian. And when I say my fiance and I say her, I don't want to say they no more, because I used to say they all the time, because my fiance, she was very she was private and personal also, so I didn't disclose anything of that sort. But here it is now, y'all know. So there it is. But y'all bear with me, because I haven't done this in a long time. I haven't been in front of the camera in a long time. But anyway, so it was 4 people in my household: me, my fiance, her mother, and her brother. And 3 of us caught it. 3 of us caught Karen, and 1 didn't. And the only one who didn't was her brother. So her mother ended up going to the hospital because her mother was already, had sickness. She had a stroke. So she came to live with us after she finished her rehab. She came to live with us, and we was pretty much taking care of her. So me, my fiance, and her mother caught Karen, and her mother went to the hospital first. So me and my fiance was home trying to recover, thought we can, beat this on our own or what have you. So my fiance caught it on Sunday. I'm not saying this is where we caught it, but this is what I'm about to tell you was the last place that we were. So me and my fiance was at bingo on Sunday. That week before my birthday week. That Sunday, we was at bingo, and she, started feeling really, really, really bad. She just kept saying she didn't feel good. I can't remember if it happened that Saturday before, or if it was that Sunday. But I know that Sunday she just started feeling really, really bad. So we finished, bingo, went home and everything. So come Monday, I, got up and was on my way to work. But before I went to work, I felt, I just felt her body from her head to her toes, from her toes to her head. And she just felt really, really hot. I mean, she was like very hot to the touch. And I joked. I don't know why I joked. I say, baby, you might have that COVID. Sorry, I say you might have that Karen. So she was like, I don't have that Karen, right? But she was just feeling really bad. So that Monday, I was like, okay. Well, call me if you need anything. So I left to go to work. So during that day, I was fine. But towards the end of my day, when I was almost finished my work, I started feeling bad. I just all of a sudden just got this wave of heat that came over me, and I started sweating real bad. And I was in a store with my supervisor, and And I told her, I was like, I don't feel good. And I just started sweating, and this wave of heat came over me. So she was like, like, what's going on, and I didn't have no idea. But so needless to say, I really wanted to do my bingo week, and I didn't really think nothing of it, and I really wanted to do my bingo week. So that Monday night, I ended up going to bingo by myself because my fiance, she was still at home, and she said she was feeling a little better, but actually she could have been feeling a little better. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and go to bingo and whatnot. So I went to bingo. Y'all, I tell you, I was at bingo, and we have worn our masks everywhere we go. Even if we went to a family function, which we rarely did because of Karen, we still had on our masks. We may have been the only ones with a mask on, but we didn't care, you know what I'm saying? And we did not get our shots. We did not get the shot yet. We were planning on it, but we didn't. So, then there's that. So that Monday night while I was at bingo, I started feeling bad. My body just started aching so bad. But I sat through it. I did not go home. I sat to the end. And when bingo was over, y'all, I swear it took me like 20 to 30 minutes to get to my car. My legs were hurting so bad. I was almost in tears. But by the grace of God, I made it to my car, and I just sat in the car, and I called my fiance, and I told her what was going on with me. And yeah, so I knew it right then. I was like, you know what, man, this is not a cold or whatever. This is something. So long story short, for that week, we ended up getting Karen. We had Karen. She had it. She got it. Then I believe I got it from her, but I couldn't. I mean, it's not, set in stone that I got it from her, but I got it. And her mother got it. But I don't know how she got it, because we really wasn't around her like that. But I guess, being in one household, and she is she's an older lady, in her 70s. So I guess she was more susceptible. I think that's the word, of catching it. But being that, it was in the air and everything. So that Monday night I came home. So that Tuesday, her mother, my fiance mother, it ended up going to the hospital because she woke up, and pretty much I believe she couldn't move. She was kind of a little paralyzed. She couldn't move because she was trying to go to the restroom, and my fiance ended up getting up and calling the ambulance for her, and she ended up in the hospital. So me and my fiance, we stayed home, and we had friends bringing us food and medicine and stuff, the drinks, stuff that they say to do while you're sick, vitamins and stuff like that. Food. So we stayed in the bed for the rest of the week. My birthday week. My birthday came. We were still sick. My birthday went. We were still sick. I still had a very, very bad cough, to where I would cough so much it would hurt, and then it would come up. I would throw up. So, but my fiance, she caught it really bad. She got it really bad to where at sometimes she couldn't breathe. She was talking about her breath. She couldn't catch her breath, and stuff like that. And she would cough too, but it was more of her breathing. Okay, so that Saturday came, which was my birthday. We were still in the house sick. By the way, her brother never caught it. Her brother never caught it in the same household, and he never caught it. It was just us three ladies who caught it. So that come Sunday, after the day after my birthday, we wasn't getting any better. We wasn't getting any better. She wasn't getting any better. I wasn't getting any better. Mind you, her mother was already in the hospital. So a friend of ours, we would talk to, ended up, we were talking back and forth, and she was like, you know what, I'm calling the ambulance for y'all. Y'all need to go to the hospital. And at first, my fiance was not having it. She was like, no, I'm not going to no hospital. She would not get up. But I still had strength to get up and put my clothes on and everything. And I tried to get her up so she could put her clothes on so we can get ready for when the ambulance came. But let me back up a little bit. Before during that week of my birthday week, I tried twice to get up and take a shower, because I felt real dirty, and I was like, man, I need to take a shower. So I tried twice to take a shower, but both times I failed out. I passed out. And at one point I know this is TMI, but at one point I failed out. I went to use the bathroom, and I said that I was going to go ahead and take me a shower. So I tried to took off my clothes and everything, to get in the shower. But when I got off the toilet, I was like, I can't do this. I can't do it. I don't have the strength to do it. So I was headed back out the bathroom door, and I didn't make it out the door. That's the last thing I remember. I was headed to the door, and that's the last thing I remember. And I was butt booty naked, y'all. I swear, laying on the floor, butt booty naked. My fiance's in the bed. Her brother, her brother was in his room. I mean, if he would have came out his room, he would have saw me in all my glory. I mean, like, he would have saw me in my birthday suit, as they call it. Y'all forgive me, the sun is shining. But anyway, it's cold today. Yesterday was so nice here, but it's cold today. So next thing you know, I was waking up. I was sweating. I woke up. I was laying on the floor, and I was like, dang, I must have passed out, and I was sweating. So and my fiance laying in the bed, not knowing what happened or whatever. And I got up, and I was like, well, damn, I'm all naked and everything, I was like, shoot, anybody could have walked past and saw all my goodies. But anyway, I got up, and I went to the room, and I told her what just happened, and it happened to me twice. So needless to say, after that, I was scared to pretty much get up and try to do anything, because I was scared I would pass out. So, okay. That was during that birthday week. So now we are at the point to where a friend of ours called the the ambulance to come and get us, and take us to the hospital, because we wasn't feeling any better after a whole week of, doing whatever we was doing to get better. So we went to the hospital at the same time. We rode in the same ambulance. We went to the same hospital. And, we went to the same hospital her mom was at. Her mom was still in the hospital. I didn't know where she was at, how she was doing. So after me and my fiance got to the hospital, they my fiance was still so where did I left off? After we got to the hospital, we went in at the same time. She was still not breathing very well, and I still had my my really, really heavy cough. So she had already taken a COVID test, because I think when she realized that her mom had caught, forgive me, Karen, I keep saying that C word, but I'm gonna say Karen, where she had already taken the Karen test, and hers came back positive. But we kind of knew it was. We knew it was. But I did not take one until I got to the hospital. So when we got to the hospital, we got separated. She went one way and I went the other way. So that was the last time I saw her alive, y'all. That was the last time I was able to see in person. That was the last time I was able to see her alive in person. So they took her one way and they took me another way, and they started asking me all these questions, and I didn't know what was going on with her. And they took me back and gave me a COVID test, and it came back positive, which I already knew. And like I said, I just had a cough and I was achy. My body was achy. But it wasn't severe, really, really severe. I just had this really, like I said, this really deep, heavy cough where mucus will build up and everything and all that. So at first they was not going to admit me. They were just going to send me home and kind of let me fend for myself. But I was adamant. I was like, okay, if y'all send me home and something happens to me, it's y'all fault, because I'm here. I need y'all to help me get rid of this cough that I have. I mean, I can't talk without coughing. I mean, like every other breath I had, it was a cough. I couldn't talk without coughing. And I was getting upset because I was home for, a week and I can't get rid of it. So what am I going to do for myself at home now? So that's what I was thinking. I was like, I need to stay here. So anyway, the doctor, they was going back and forth. Mind you, I still haven't heard anything that was going on with my fiance. But I did know that they were going to admit her. For one, because of her breathing. So the doctor that he was going back and forth. So he came back and talked to me, and he said, okay, we're gonna give you one night. He was like, we're gonna keep you overnight, and get, monitor you or whatever. So I was admitted to, also on the same day as my fiance. We was admitted the same day. Different floors. I did not know what floor she was on. I didn't know her status. I didn't know her room number. Nothing. I was like in the dark, and then we had our phones. I made sure I grabbed our phones, but I didn't grab our phone chargers. So our phones ended up going dead, because before I went to my room, before I was admitted, before I went to my room, the young lady who pushed me up to my room, she found out where my fiance was, and I was able to get her phone, so she would be able to call whoever she needed to call, and we can talk back and forth, So after that, I saw her for a brief second. Hot second. I blew a kiss. I told her I loved her, and I went up to my room. So after that, like I said, our phones ended up going dead, so I could not talk to her. She wasn't in her room yet. She didn't get into a room. That's why I didn't know where she was. But eventually she got admitted to a room, and I ended up staying in the hospital for a whole week. I could not get rid of that cough. The cough was not going anywhere. They put me on IV. They started giving me all types of medicines. My pressure stayed high. I didn't have an appetite, so I wasn't eating. I wasn't drinking anything. But eventually, they started. They put me on blood thinners because they didn't want me to get a blood clot. And I couldn't get up. I mean, it was at the beginning. It was when I got there. It was just. It kind of felt worse than what I was when I was home. But so eventually I started, they was pumping me with fluids and everything. So eventually I started getting better. I started drinking more. I was like, I'm thirsty. I got thrash real bad. If whoever do not know what thrash is, it's like it's something that they got to do with your tongue. I don't know if you be dehydrated or what, but thrash, babies get thrash, and I think they get thrash because of the bottle and the milk that they drink, but I'm not sure. But I got thrash on my tongue really, really bad. So they gave me medicine for that. It was like every 2 to 4 hours they was coming taking blood from me and sticking me with needles and everything. But I started to develop my drinking. I started getting thirsty and everything. So I asked for some apple juice. I had to take for some apple juice, so that's what I wanted. So they gave me some apple juice and ginger ale. So I started drinking, and then eventually, slowly, I started eating. little, very little. I had a taste for some fruits, some grapes actually. So they ended up giving me some grapes because they was giving me food, but I wouldn't eat it. I wouldn't eat it. I did not. I wouldn't eat it. I didn't have a taste for it. It didn't taste good. It wasn't too hot. But I ate a little bit of it just to, but I didn't eat a lot of it. So let me see. So I eventually started, feeling a little better. So when I started feeling better, I wanted to take a shower because I haven't had a nice hot shower in a long time. I mean, because I told you back during my birthday week, I tried to take one and I couldn't. I mean, I didn't have the strength. I fell out. I passed out. So I went to use the restroom and I told the nurse that I wanted to clean myself up. And she was like, okay. So the toilet and the shower are in the same, it was all in the same. The toilet, the shower, your sink was all in the same room, inside the room. So anyway, I was sitting, washing myself. I had the water going. I had my, I was lathering up my rag with my soap. And the next thing I remember is somebody poking on my chest like this, calling my name. And I opened my eyes and it was this lady standing in front of my face. I'm like, and I backed up and like who are you and why are you in my face like this? And come to find out that I passed out again at the hospital while I was washing myself, bathing myself. I passed out. So after that, and I was like, I did not remember. The last thing I remember was lathering my rag up, my towel up to wash myself. That's the last thing I remember. And then the next day I remember somebody poking in my chest and the lady standing right here, y'all, in my face. And it was a nurse, and I just woke up and I'm like, well, what happened? And the girl that was poking me in my chest, she was actually one changing my sheets on my bed. She told me that I passed out, and I was like, I did. She was like, yeah. She's like, I heard you in here kind of moaning, like or something like that. And she came in here, and I guess she said I was passed out, and I was like, wow, I don't remember anything. And they asked me, do I remember anything? I was like, well, the last thing I remember was me lathering my rag, my towel up, and then I woke up to you in my face, So I had passed out. So then they started giving me all types of tests. EKGs, ECGs, all them G's, and head tests, blood pressure tests, brain activity tests. They started, really going in on them tests, y'all. And I was like, man, oh my God. So I had to go into that EKG thing and that other thing. I'm not sure what that was. CAT scan. I think that's what it is, CAT scan. So, and then somebody came and she started, putting little patches on my head to monitor brain activity and stuff like that. And I'm like, what the world? So anyway, it got too much for me. And then they, continued to poke me with all these needles, give me all types of medicine. And I just I prayed to the Lord, y'all. I was like, Lord, please, Lord. I was begging the Lord to get me out of this, because I did not want to be there at the hospital anymore. After that, I like I said, I just after that I passed out, and they started, hooking me up to all these things and taking my temperature and doing all this type of stuff to me. I was like, Lord, please put your hands on me, and so I can get up out of here. I can have the strength to get up from here and leave this hospital. I do not want to be here no more. So after that, I started I started feeling a little better. I still had that terrible cough, but I was drinking a little more, and I was eating a little more. I still didn't eat their food because it didn't taste good. It didn't have a taste to it. But I was, she was trying, the guy was like, is it anything particular do you want? He was trying to get me to eat, and I was like, no. But, whatever they were bringing for lunch, I would try my best to eat some of it, But after that, like I said, I was in the hospital for a whole week. We went in that Sunday, and they discharged me on that Sunday after that. So I was in there a week. During that time, I was able to talk to my fiance on the phone. Sometimes it was difficult to hear her, so we would text because somebody had brought us chargers, and we received them at chargers for our phones, so we was able to charge our phones and was able to talk to each other like that via text. Sometimes I would try to call her, but it was hard for her to talk because I found out she was on a breathing apparatus. So we would just tell each other, that we loved each other, and to fight to get better and everything. And so after that next Sunday, I was just discharged from the hospital. My fiance, she was not. She was still there. So I went home. My daughter came and picked me up, and I still wasn't 100, but I was able to function enough to get myself in the house. But while I was that night, when I was discharged and my daughter came and got her, when I was walking up to the door, I felt dizzy and like I was going to pass out. And my daughter, she had to open the door for me, and as soon as I got inside my house, I passed out on the couch. They had sent me home with the heart monitor and everything, so I had to keep that on for 5 days. Heart monitor right here, and they gave me a cell phone to go with it, so, or whatever type of phone that monitors it. So I passed out on the couch, and I laid there. I don't know how long I laid there for. I know my daughter had left, and I had to call her back. So she came back, and she helped me back to the bedroom, and she made sure that I was okay, and she left. And for at least 2 weeks, y'all, I had to fend for myself. My family, they brought me food if I had a taste for some outside food, and because I didn't have the strength to cook anything. I didn't have the strength to go anywhere and get me anything.
Stay in the left 3 lanes.
I didn't have the strength to get up and use the bathroom. So I'm gonna be personal with y'all. I had a diaper on. I sure did, because I did not have the strength to get up to go to the bathroom. I didn't have the strength to wash myself, take a shower, get clean or whatever, try to feel better. But for a whole week, I couldn't do. I was just drinking, taking medicine, trying to eat here or there, try to get myself together so when my fiance comes home, I will be well enough if I needed to take care of her also. And my fiance's mom. So meanwhile, at the house, her brother was still there. He was in and out, and I stayed in my room with the door shut because I felt like I wasn't sure if he was going to bring back Karen, if he was going to bring back Karen to the house. So I pretty much just stayed in my room for a whole 2 weeks. And yeah. So after that, I was still quarantined myself. And my fiance, she was still in the hospital. And she would have her days where she would feel okay, and then other days not. So I would talk to her on the phone every now and then. We FaceTime a couple of times. So October the 18th, by that time I was feeling much better. I was able to. I went out the house like twice. I went and picked up some, a little bit of food for the house, make some bread, hot dogs, because I still had my fiance's brother there, and I went out one day and got me some Chinese food because I had a taste for some shrimp fried rice. So I was feeling much better. I still had my cough. It wasn't as deep and as hard as it was before. And I still had cold in my chest and my throat. It would come up to right here, and then it would go back down because for some reason I couldn't just bring it all the way up. But on October the 18th, I received a call from a friend of ours who was, she was pretty much the liaison for my fiance while she was in the hospital. She relayed back to me, what was going on, what the doctor said. Because for one, I wasn't in shape to do it. I was still quarantining myself and everything. So she took that role of being that person there for my fiance, and I really thank her for that. But on October the 18th, I received a call from that person, and she told me that my fiance took a turn for the worse, and they put her on the ventilator, the breathing machine, the machine that breathes for you. And at that point, guys, I told her they lost it, because we all know what that was. Once you get on, some people though, but in my mind it was once you get on that breathing machine, it's hard to get off. So once I got that call, I called another friend of ours who was my fiance's, one of her dear friends that she knew for a long time. I called her and I told her what was going on, and she immediately say, I need to go see my friend. I need to go see her. And she asked, was I coming? And I was like, yes, I have to. And so she came in. I got myself together, and she came and picked me up, and we went to the hospital to see her. Y'all, that day was the hardest day of my life. That day was the hardest day of my life. Because at first I talked to her. It was just like I was texting her. We actually FaceTime her. It was like 3 days before that, 2 or 3 days before the 18th of October. And then like 2 or 3 days later, you find out that she pretty much was gone. So we made it. Got to the hospital, and I was able to see, because they asked who I was and who our friend was, and I was able to see her, but she couldn't talk. She wasn't there. She was just laying there with the thing in her mouth and the machine pumping her chest, and her eyes was open, but I saw no life. I saw no life in her eyes. I saw no life. I touched her. When I touched her, she was cold to the touch. But the machine was still breathing for her. But before she passed on, she told my friend to tell them to do as much as they could to keep her alive, or to I apologize, y'all. I couldn't. It'll take some time. But my friend was given the authority by my fiance to pretty much conduct her medical affairs, and they before I got there, they said that my fiance had coded twice, And while we was there, she was about to code again. And the doctor was telling our friend and me, he was telling us that they don't feel like that she would come back from this. But our friend was like, she wanted for y'all to do as much as possible to to do as much as you can to keep her alive, or you know what I mean. And at that point, they were at the max that they could do. So right before she was beginning to code, me and my friend, we prayed together, and we had to leave out the room. So the bunch of nurse people gathered around her. They took the ventilator out, the thing, the breathing tube out of her mouth, and they began chest compressions. I think for 2 minutes straight they went on, and they did chest compressions, and they was put something in her IV. I don't know what it was, and they did that for a while, not a long while, because we didn't want, she wasn't coming back, y'all. She didn't come back. So, but she did come back. So October 18th, 2021, they pronounced my fiance deceased at 4:32 p.m. I was able to, after they did what they, needed to do inside the room with her. By this time, my friend had left. She couldn't take it, so she had left, and I stayed. And they let me come in there and have, my last moments with her. So I just went in there, and I just sat there and just stared at her. Her eyes were still open. And I talked to her, and I just stared at her, and I just could not believe it, y'all. I just could not believe it. It was just the other day I was just talking to her. And then 2 or 3 days later, she's gone. And right now, at this moment, I still cannot believe it. I mean, it just, oh my gosh, it's just something that happened so fast. I mean, I did not expect that. I expected her to recover, be well, and be strong like the person she was. and come back home to me and our family, and we continue to, build a life together, a long life together. But God had other plans. God had other plans, and she definitely was one of His angels. I miss her so much, y'all. I miss her so much to this. But after that, I went home, and for 2 to 3 days I was numb. For 2 to 3 days after that, I was numb. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to eat. I had to tell her brother that his sister didn't make it. I couldn't tell her mom. I didn't know where her mom was. I couldn't find out at that point. It was rough, y'all, and it's still rough. It's still rough. But I went through a period where I felt guilty because I was able to come out the hospital and she didn't. And I asked the Lord, why? Why me? Why did you save me? And didn't save her. And you're not supposed to question. You're not supposed to question the Lord, because He is the one, the Almighty, to make these final decisions of when you pass, and who passes and who stays. And it was His decision to bring her home. And I had to realize that. I had to come to that conclusion. I had to instill that in my head, that this is the Lord's work. This is His decision, Nikki. You can't question that. I mean, you can ask Him the question, but it's still something that, is kind of just unbelievable. We was together for 11 years together, on our way to 12. And being around someone that so long, I mean, it's very hard. It's very hard. And to this day, I still am hurting. I can't believe it. I feel lost at sometimes, like where am I gonna go from here? Where should I go? I just feel lost sometimes. Sometimes I try on the outside. A lot of times I try to be strong, and I do this front like I'm this strong person, but on the inside I'm hurting. I'm upset. I'm mad. But then I realized the Lord, He kept me here for a reason. He saved me for a reason. I don't know what exactly that reason is, or which way or where He would have me to go. I just ask Him for guidance, and to wherever, guidance to wherever He want me to go. And I just continue to pray every day and thank him for allowing me to live and to be that vessel for him, whatever he needs me to do, because it is something or some reason he brought me back from where I was. So I'm sorry y'all had to see all that, but even though I have talked about this to a best friend who has became a best friend of mine, and another best friend of mine, but I have talked to this, but the more I talk about it, it's still so fresh and new. It's still there. So, and I hate to leave on that note, but for the past couple of months, that's where I have been. I have been recovering. I have been trying to heal. I went through preparing a funeral. Hey guys, so I had to move the camera. I didn't know which way to put it. That daggone sun was bright. So that's where I have been for the past couple of months. Like I said, I had to prepare a funeral. I had to, unfortunately, I'm not in a position to take care of her brother nor her mom. So her mom had to go back to, so her other daughter can take care of her. And her brother, he left. So I'm at the house by myself. And some days I'm okay and some days I'm not. I have had a couple breakdowns. I've been depressed. Emotionally and mentally, I've been drained. So I decided to come and stay with my mom for a while, because sometimes just being around family, you feel much better, and that is true for me. My mom she stays by herself, so I'm enjoying being there with her and her, to have that company, and I'm pretty sure she is too. But eventually, I'm gonna have to get to the point to where I can, be on my own and be by myself and be comfortable with it. But that's what happened, y'all. That's what happened. A lot of you know that I did catch the Karen, because I put it on my TikTok, and I thank you for the well wishes and the prayers, and it did help, because you see me now and I'm alive. I'm still here, and by the grace of God, and for your prayers, thank you so much. But someone told me they can't tell me that it'll get easier for me, because I have talked to someone who has lost a partner, very fresh to them, and it's been 5 years for them, but they told me that they can't tell me and guarantee that it will get easier, but I will get better. So right now, guys, I'm just taking it day by day, and just trying to find myself again and what my purpose in this lifetime is or will be. So yeah, that's what's been going on with me. And as far as this channel, this bingo channel, bingo is one of the favorite things that me and my fiance love to do. She was my bingo partner. Some of you may have subscribed to her TikTok. She had a TikTok, and a couple of you, like Kiki and Alicia and Bingo Fairy, have met her. They have met her, and some of you may have, like I said, subscribed to her TikTok. But as far as this bingo thing, I am going to continue this. We both enjoyed the videotaping, and we both enjoyed bingo, and you know, that was one of our favorite things we enjoyed to do together. So I will continue that in honor of her, and you know, and just it's something I enjoy doing anyway. So, but of course, every time I go to bingo, I will. It's just got to be bittersweet, you know, because she won't be there with me physically, but definitely, most definitely in spirit. Of course, a lot of things we have done together that I do now, I will be doing by myself. She won't be there with me physically, but spirit, she will definitely be there in spirit. So I will continue this bingo thing. It will be starting in January. I don't know exact date, but my plan is to start back in January. I did miss you guys. I did miss posting, like y'all know, it just been so much going on. It's just been so hard for me to it's just been hard. And it still is hard. So I will be posting on this channel more. Once I get to 1,000 subscribers, of course I will be going live with some live bingo. I don't know what TikTok, what's going on with TikTok now. Are they still banning bingo people? I do not know. So I don't know how often I will be going live on TikTok, but I will be posting little snippets, 3-minute snippets of any bingo I may do. So that's it. I want to thank you for tuning in and sharing this moment with me, and thank you to those who have sent their prayers and thoughts and condolences. I do appreciate it. Not very few know, very, very little people know what truly happened, or what truly went down. There go that light again, y'all. That sun. I'm about to end because this light right now is not letting me be great. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this right here. I love y'all. Thank you so much. And as you see, okay, this is kind of better, but I'm holding my phone, but I'm not going to be holding. But you see, I done cut my hair. When I got out the hospital, just a quick look. When I got out the hospital, I had long hair before, down to my shoulders. And I used to wear it up in a ponytail. If you ever see my live, you see me have it in a ponytail or bun or whatever. But my hair was so matted up. And you know how how you don't comb your hair for a long time and it gets matted up and knotted and everything. It was just so matted up. I could have unmatted it, if that's a word. I could have unmatted it, but I didn't feel like it. I didn't have the strength to mess with it. So I just took the scissors to it and I cut it off. I cut it off. And it's all good because I'm not a person who actually, sweats my hair. And my hair, it grows back, y'all. It grows back. Some people don't like to cut their hair. They don't, some people just don't like the bald look. But it's okay with me. I'm gonna keep my hair short for a while. And then I might let it grow back out again. I don't know. It is what it is. Like India Ari says, I am not my hair. I am not my hair. My hair do not make me. My hair do not make the person that I am. So I'm cool with having short hair. Very cool with it. So yeah, I just took the scissors and I went ham, y'all. Just snip, snip, snip. But anyway. So in the comments, y'all, if y'all have y'all went through Karen, let's chat in the comments. Let me know if you know the feeling, the experience that I'm going through. If you want to talk, hit me up and we can talk. Email me. My email's in the description. I'm here for you. I know your feeling. I never thought I would know this feeling, y'all. Never. I mean, not this soon anyway. It was 11 years, y'all. 11 years. 11 years. I'm 47. And she was 60 years old. She was 60 and I'm 47. Just turned 47 in September. So took it really, yeah. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave you at that. Thank you again to my new subscribers. I look forward to hanging out with y'all in the future. And peace and blessings to all of y'all. Make sure you're doing what you have to do to stay healthy and well. And y'all, this stuff is real. It's real. So do not take it for granted. Do not take it for granted. All right. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all. I'll see y'all soon. In a couple weeks. I'm out. I'll see y'all soon. All right. Peace.